Hey, Heather.
Hey, Steven.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
You know what we should do?
Ooh, say it.
We should get into it!
RuPaul's Drag Race. Hey,
start your engines.
Hey,
RuPaul's
hey,
Drag
hey,
Race.
hey,
May the best drag queen win.
Oh, we did it. We didn't say woman. I almost said.
We're better than that.
I know we
We're
are better than that. Hey, hi. So yes, our subject this week, y'all, is RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
And I know what you're thinking. This is a really, really big topic, right? Because
Yeah.
there have been
Massive.
Oh my gosh. But before we dive into RuPaul's Drag Race, as usual, we're going to talk about what our highs of the week were and what our lows of the week were.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, cute.
Heather, what was your high and low?
My high this week was this past Saturday. So on Saturday, I had no plans, y'all. Not a single plan. I had done my grocery shopping the day before. Like? So I literally sat on my patio for like 7 hours and I imbibed in all of my favorite things, both herbal and alcoholic. And I rewatched the show Away with Hilary Swank where she plays the astronaut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I rewatched it, but naturally I forgot everything that happened because it came out in 2020. So there were
2020 was just a fever dream anyway,
right?
so
really
it doesn't
was.
even matter.
And like I remembered some things, like I was like, oh yeah, that character, blank, 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 blank. But like a lot of it I didn't remember, so it was like watching it all over again. Which by the way, if you've never seen Away with the lovely Hilary Swank, who I'm a little mad at because she's not done Cobra Kai yet, and she should.
She is the next Karate Kid.
She is. I don't know why she doesn't do. She's won 2 Academy Awards, so she probably is like, I'm not doing this silly little children's Netflix show.
Bitch, I would be doing hot dog commercials. I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'd be like, sign me up. And then my low of the week was the fact that, so the act wasn't a low. I took my nephew to take your kids to work day. And I was I was in a themed environment for almost 10 hours. 10.
I'm sorry. Your low is that you were exhausted because you were trailing Mikey all day.
The next day, my hips were hurting. Like hips. How does that happen?
Were you doing a straddle split?
No,
somewhere?
My hips hurt. I had to take a bath, and I hate taking baths because you're sitting in your own filth. But I had to soak. I got like the athlete bath bomb. I was in so much pain the next day.
Salt.
Like, oh Lord, it was a lot. I mean, like I said, spending time with my nephew was awesome, and he's hilarious, and he gets on every single ride. He was like, Auntie, just get on Rip Ride Rocket. And I was like, that's not happening, friend. Like, no. So I sat and watched him, and I saw him talking to like the fully grown adult who was in the seat next to him, and they were like picking out music together.
Oh, how cute.
And he's so cute that like you can't help it. You're like, look at this little. But anyway, so yeah, my low of the week was I fully realized that I am 41 and almost a half years old. And my body felt it. So that was my highs and lows, but not a low. I don't want low lows. I don't want those. I had enough of those last year. So Steven, what was your high of the week?
I want to start with my low, if that's
okay. We'll flip it.
My low,
yeah,
just because my high is a pretty good high, and I kind of want to end on that.
Yes.
So my low is that for the very first time of having this Jeep, my check engine light's on.
No.
And I need to go assess it, and I'm afraid of what to find out because I mean it's 2016, so I've had a really good run, and this is the longest I've had a car without ever trading it in, just because I didn't have to worry about things like this. Because past Steven would be like, oh, that engine's light on, you need new brake pads, you need an alignment, let's just go buy something new.
A new car.
I have accidentally bought 2 Jeeps.
That
went
happened. Listen, it's
legit
hard
for an alignment and an oil change, and both times I walked out with brand new Jeeps.
That happened to me. That's why I don't go to the Kia dealership to get my oil changes anymore, because the last time I went and got my oil changed at Kia,
we can get you into a brand new car with the same payment.
I came in with a 2014 Kia Soul, and the year was 2020, and I walked out with a brand new 2020 Kia Soul, and I was like, oh, this is great. My payments are the same. And Jason was like, yeah, but now you're in for
Another
another
5
however many
years.
years. And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, well,
I
if you
thought
wanna-
I was being smart.
You want to bring logic into this, Jason? I guess.
Right. But it's like,
fine.
yeah, it's like if my car, let's say I take it in, they're like, it's $5,000 worth of damage. I'm sorry, I'm not paying five. Like, I'm just gonna be like, well, trade her in. I'm already resigned to the fact that I'm gonna have a car payment for the rest of my life. Like,
I kind of felt the same way, but I
I-
get that from my mom, who was like
I
constantly getting new
know,
cars.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's easier. But I'm destined to keep this Jeep until it
Until the
like
wheels fall off.
burns
Yes.
in the apocalypse. My high
Yes.
for the week. Okay, so for those at home who don't know, I am a co-owner of a performing arts center, and
It's Rachel's on Summer
It's
on
Rachel's. Do you want that medium or medium rare?
I was about to
Probably
say-
medium rare. That's a period joke. Anyway, so anyway, at least once a year, I challenge my students to something called the Student Showcase, where I give them a theme. And I'm like, you have to pick the concept. You have to pick the song. You have to create your own choreography. You pick your costume.
Yes.
And it's really about teaching kids how to think about them, like think for themselves instead of just being constantly told what to do. Like, oh, you're on a dance team. You have to do turns and seconds constantly. Blah,
You have to
blah,
dance
blah,
to
blah.
this remix of Everybody Dance Now that's been used since 1990.
Right.
Everybody!
But it really,
Let's go.
it really pushes the kids to like out of their comfort zone. Like the first year I did it, they were all like, I don't want to do this. And now they're like, I'm having to tell them, you can't do that many numbers.
Yeah.
Because they're obsessed with like doing it. But
Oh,
anyway,
love.
every year that we do it, our special needs group does it as well, right? And the first year they did it, I think they did This Is Me, which of
Oh,
course
God, I'd be sobbing.
brought the crowd down.
Sobbing.
However, this time, being the student showcase,
Yes.
it never felt more perfect because what they did, what the fox says.
Yeah.
What does
Oh
the
my
fox
God.
say? But here's why they did it: is one of the special needs classmates actually choreographed the thing, and they've been doing the same dance like once a week for about a year.
Oh
right?
my God, these babies.
So, and they're not even all babies. Like,
but I call
some of
anyone
them,
who's under the age of 30 a baby. To
some
be
of
fair.
them might be older than 30.
Old babies. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Jamie's older than 30. But anyway,
Yes.
so we were very excited for this. Sarah was telling me all about it. We get a text that says, "Oh, the girl who wrote it or made it up is not coming."
Why?
Because they were doing something else and
Okay.
it was like a miscommunication or whatnot. But then Sarah was like texting me like, oh, well, you know, if you could, blah, blah, blah. Basically kind of like lightly peer pressured them. They
Yes,
came in
do it.
here. We delayed, like we went to an early intermission so we'd have time for her to get here.
Yeah.
And if you look at our promo videos, you'll always see her. She loves wearing the cheese hat. There's a cheese hat. Raquel.
A cheese hat. Oh, okay.
It's like a cheese hat. She loves it. So
Is it like the ones that like Green Bay?
yeah, it's
fans
kind of
wear?
like
Okay.
that. It's kind
Okay.
of like that. But she goes up on stage. Her parents like rush her. They were in the middle of dinner. Rush her to get there. They make the whole audience stand up and then follow along with her. And let me tell you, I have never been so happy in my entire.
What song was it?
What does the fox say?
Oh my God, you just
and
told
the
me that.
girl.
You told me
Raquel
that.
choreographed the whole thing, and the whole class follows her. And it's like, as she walked in, she's like, oh, you know, hi, whatever. She put on that hat, put on her shoes, and it was like, lights, camera, action, let's go.
Oh my God, I
It
love.
was, I'll show you after we're done. Like, I have a little bit of a
proud-
clip. Oh my
okay.
God, it was so beautiful.
I
so.
love that. That's like a very meaningful. Meanwhile, I'm like, my high was getting high on Saturday and drinking.
I mean, they're allowed to fluctuate. It's
Yes,
fine. It's fine.
absolutely. If I was in the showcase, do you know what song I would dance to?
You're a dancer for money.
Private dancer. No, I would dance to the O'Reilly Auto Parts theme song.
Oh. Can you give us a sample?
Yes.
Oh, O'Reilly's
Pop.
hardware
Auto.
store. Hardware.
Ow.
Auto.
Auto Parts?
I don't know.
Oh, O'Reilly Auto Mart.
So we
Oh! Anyway,
we need to save that for the theme
Yes.
song because I was about to go. You
To
get
commercials.
that Winn-Dixie feeling when you come in our store. You get that Winn-Dixie feeling knowing it's your store. I had that on vinyl. I had that on vinyl. Well, technically it wasn't vinyl. It was more like that plasticky. Remember, like back
The little
in the
baby records?
No, it was like, you know how you get flimsy records back in the day, like you get them in like a Happy Meal or like a Pizza Hut or something like that.
I had a Land Before Time one.
Yes, I had
If
the
we
Winn-Dixie.
hold
Thank
on.
you, Helena/Lena, my best friend from growing up / ex-girlfriend. We see how that worked out for both of us. She's happily married with many children now. And it's a
bless.
wonderful thing. But I think about it all the time. Anyway.
Yes. So RuPaul's Drag Race. So we really don't need to, like, I feel, go into it because so many
You
people
know what fucking RuPaul's
Yeah.
Drag Race is. And if you don't,
Yeah.
fucking get on the internet.
And I did not realize until I was actually, y'all, I did research for this episode. And not that I needed to necessarily do research because I know in my head what we were going to talk about, but I needed just like a little jog because there have been so many seasons and there are 15 spinoffs from different countries. 15! It's like the new Top Model all over again.
I know. It gets like, I had to take a break, honestly, because I don't
yeah, I
mind
can't.
subtitles, but I have to be in the mindset for it.
Same.
Like, I have to be able to pay attention, and, you know, being ADHD, it's
I was
just not easy
about
sometimes.
to say, like, for me, reading subtitles, like, I love watching films with subtitles, but you know me, I'm either on my phone or I'm doing something.
Shocker.
I know, right? So I've watched a couple of episodes of España and France and Italy, but I have not really dove into the treasure trove that is all 15 spin-offs. So maybe I'll get there one day.
I have watched at least a season of all of them.
Oh, shit,
So
really?
I am behind on like duplicate seasons. Like
Aw.
Andy's been really brushing up on his Espanol, so he's been watching more lately, and so I've been like watching. But some of these, especially Mexico,
Yeah.
let me tell you, these fashion choices,
know.
bitch.
Like good, right?
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Philippines too. I mean,
oh
like-
well, I mean that's a given. Every
Yeah. All right. So that, again, I guarantee you probably 99% of you listening to this podcast know what RuPaul's Drag Race is. And if you don't, what rock have you been living under, honestly? Like, really? Cornbread Mafia, Taylor Swift fans. Anyway, that made me laugh last week. Cornbread Mafia. I cackled about that all week long. Anyway, Stephen, when did you first come into the world of Drag Race? Like, when did it come on your radar?
So
Yeah,
I
like
think
how?
this should be a two-part question.
Okay.
I think it should be, when did drag come on your radar
Oh.
versus Drag Race come on your radar?
We talked about this, though, in the first episode, didn't we? We talked about, or you asked me who was the first drag queen I
Yes.
saw,
Yes,
who was
yes, yes.
Jackie Beat. So that was but I don't think you
Oh, I
talked
guess-
about.
No, I did. I talked about the scary-looking person that was just wearing a Kmart sweater and chapstick and a ponytail. Maybe? I don't know. But it was Mississippi, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. And this was circa 1924. So don't you spit up on my rug. But okay, so I
What was
have
it?
been
Kmart
aware.
1924.
I have been aware of drag since I was 18. I started watching Drag Race on season 2 and immediately went back to season 1 to
Okay.
watch it after it was picked up. Because I will tell you, my first quote unquote professional paid dancing job
Yes.
was for a drag queen.
Oh, who was it?
It was Crystal Vaz.
Oh,
It was
okay.
at the New Phoenix in Winter Park. And when I tell you we had to push the pool table out of the way against the wall.
I feel like
and
that's
then-
on point for like half of drag bars in America.
Oh,
Like,
this
you
was
gotta
like
push-
this was one of
pool
those
table.
beer and wine liquor bars. It wasn't even a full bar.
And those are always where you get the most fucked up, is at the beer and wine bars. Every time. You could have craft cocktails and I'll get a nice little buzz, but it's always the bars that have like wine-based
oh
cocktails.
yeah,
Every time. I don't know what it is if they put, I don't know.
it's the sugar. It's gonna fucking kill you. But I would get $10 a dance number, I think.
Ooh, you're making
And then they would give me
money.
a bar tab, which would ultimately be like 2 pitchers of beer. So I was always like feeling really good. And I was also working for Lava at the time. And so then once I stopped dancing there, I was telling the people who hired me at Lava, underage, they caught me in their bar and offered me a job. Anyway, I digress. But one day they had a couple of cocktails and they stole my headshot off the wall and brought it to Lava and put it in the kitchen because I had still been up there for, I can't tell you how
Is this
long.
place still open?
No.
Okay.
What's a new place now? I don't know what it's called now. But,
Where was it in Winter Park?
Aloma in
Was it?
Goldenrod.
Okay. because I was going to say there's a place in Winter Park on Aloma, and I can't remember the cross street, but it's where Tibby's is now, and there's a dine-in movie theater. And there used to be a bar there called the Friends Lounge that my friend Amanda, friend of the pod, Amanda is my longest Florida friend. Rispoli, yes. She and I used to go to this bar called the Friends Lounge. We definitely should not have been drinking at that bar, but it was like a staple. Like, I have such a fondness in my heart for the Friends Lounge. And it was like a hole in the wall with karaoke. It was so much fun. It was so smoky, a mess. But yeah, so I started watching Drag Race in like as soon as it started, 2009, I believe.
So season 1.
Yes, I started season 1. And speaking of Amanda, she and I would get together at her house typically, and we would watch Drag Race. And I still will never forget watching the episode where Akasha fell. And she
spurted on her butt and like posed.
And we cackled so hard because Amanda and I have this huge like running joke. We love watching people fall as long as they're safe.
No. For the people at home, Heather's the one that introduced me to the Instagram account Kids Getting Hurt. And I have gotten so many people hooked on that since then.
Me too. And so I always tell people, like, I don't feel bad laughing at the Instagram, like literally Kids Getting Hurt. I never want kids to get hurt. Well, most kids I don't want to be hurt. But anyway, but Kids Getting Hurt, the parents submit the videos.
Right.
So I don't feel as bad.
It's
Correct.
all in good fun.
Yes. If it was someone like stealing videos and like making fun of them, I wouldn't be, it'd be a little icky. But because the parents submit the videos, I'm like, I can laugh at this. But my nephew Mikey, for those who don't know, Mikey and I watch it every Sunday, and the one that we're currently obsessed with is like this little baby tumbling down the stairs, and it's only like a 3-second video. I'll have to show you, but it's just like
mine to this day is still, you gonna do your squishy dance? Are you gonna do your squishy dance? And then out of nowhere, this dog takes out a toddler. Like, it might as well have been a bullet train.
That is
like,
literally, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is, I swear to God, I could be in the worst mood. I see that video. You could use squishy dance. So we'll have to like link this on our Instagram page. That video makes me, oh my God, it is just so good. It's basically Friends. It is a little kid, and the mom is like, "Oh, you're gonna do your squishy dance?"
It's a rainy day. He's in a puddle. He's got his little galoshes
and
on.
Out of nowhere, like, for those of you who watch wrestling, this was like
a wrecking ball.
This was like a Braun Breaker spear to this kid. So Braun Breaker, he's a wrestler, and he does this really like shoot like a, what do they call it? A spear. And he like runs into his opponent, and they fly across. So essentially, this child was speared by a dog, and it happened so fast.
That dog is still on the run with a toddler on his back. Last we've heard, they're in Oregon, still moving, wiggling.
Oh my God. Anyway, we are the worst at staying on subject, but it's okay. It's okay. We've got a list, friends. We've got a list.
No.
Yes.
We're doing great.
We're doing fine.
We're
doing fine.
great.
You're doing great, sweetie.
So according to the lineup, we're going to talk about your favorite queen.
Oh, okay. So we need to lay the law down that anytime we say favorite queen on the show, favorite musical, favorite Snatch Game, anything pretty much favorite, we're always going to default to our girl Ginger Minge, because we love Ginger with the fire of 1,000 suns.
I've known Ginger since before Ginger existed as Ginger. We
And
performed together before that.
Yes. And even if I didn't know Ginger, she is genuinely one of the most consistent,
talented,
and just incredible,
stupid, smart people.
I know. And like,
it's so upsetting.
yeah, I'm just like, how?
And then tag teaming with CJ and Gidget.
I know. Like, my family. So you are probably going to hear a lot of Ginger Minge, and if you don't like it, then suck it.
I'm going to try to go off a non-bias this time for this, because obviously Ginge is going to be a favorite.
Yes.
But I've also had the luxury of working with so many Rue girls working at Parliament House over the past years.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a completely different perspective of why queens are my favorite.
Yes. Okay. So who would you say, when we were like going through who our favorite queens were, I have 3 that are at the very top for me, besides Ginger, of course. Yes, I have 3. So before I say who mine are, who would you say, who are your favorite queens?
Well, I feel like you can't just stop there. I think you want me to give me at least one.
Okay. I really love, and she is of a newer season, but I love her so much. I really fucking love Lala Ree. I love her so much. Her energy is just like, it exudes off the TV. She's so like, her humor.
She redeemed herself
Oh my
after
God.
that fucking paper bag dress. And can I tell you, I
Yes.
to this day, and maybe we have to do it as an episode,
Yes.
is take exactly that many paper bags and try to
Make
something out of it.
Oh my God. She just makes me cackle in like a way. She's just so like naturally funny. Like when she was the security guard in that challenge, I was like dying the entire
She's got
time.
one of those good energy vibes where you feel like you're
Yes.
instantly safe around this
Like we would get in
person.
trouble if we were at a bar drinking together. Like 1,000,000% we would get in trouble.
Arrested.
Yes. So so I love Lala Ree. I really love Simone. I love like the hood queens.
Simone.
Yes.
Well, I don't even know if Simone is technically hood. She's
I
from like fucking Arkansas.
Well,
Is there a hood in
I
Arkansas?
don't know. But I love the girls that are like authentically black. Like
that celebrate black excellence.
Yes.
No, for sure.
And just like Simone
sure.
doing the is
Oh.
your sugar low.
the fat tray.
The
The
fat
fat tray.
Oh my
And
God.
her gown with the bullet holes in the back.
Oh my God, the Black Lives Matter gown, so good. And then
Oh my
for
god, her fox outfit.
I forgot
Did
about
you-
that. Oh
like-
my God, so good.
I'm Simone.
Oh my God, I love her so much. And then my third and final favorite queen is from the UK, and it is Bimini Bon Boulash.
And Bimini is a good choice.
I-
Who, in my opinion, started a little slow in
Yes.
the season.
Yes.
And then just felt the fuel of the fire and was like, this is mine.
Right. And I believe Bimini uses they them pronouns, I believe. But Bimini was just different to me, and I love queens that are kind of against the stream and stand
like
out.
I don't want somebody to have like, oh, drag has to be this, copy,
Yeah.
paste. Like
Yeah.
I like people to have their own
Yes.
identity, and then the androgyny that from Bimini's drag was just beautiful to watch.
yes.
And like
I-
it's weird to say, but some of the queens who prefer not to tuck these days, I embrace it. I
me
like
too.
it. I think
Me
it's
too.
great.
Anything
bearded
different.
queens,
Yep.
let's fucking go.
And you know that-
bio queens, yes,
And
please.
so
Victoria
speaking-
Scone,
yes.
come home.
And speaking of that, you know Bimini says she will not do an all-star season until Rue takes Drag Kings on the show. And I was like, that's legit, because there are some Landon Cider.
Oh my God, Landon Cider is
many incredible drag kings out there, and they deserve the spotlight just as much as like any drag queen. 'cause
yeah,
it's
it's
drag.
a performer. It's art.
Absolutely.
It's like you need
Yeah.
to appreciate all of it.
And
It's-
that's-
drag is not just
No.
men performing as females. It is so much more than that.
Yeah.
It is like literally just expressing yourself through maybe another identity.
And what I really wish that Drag Race would do that oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the show? Dragula. What Dragula does, Dragula is any drag. So you have bio queens, drag kings, non-binary queens. So you have this like wide array. And for some reason, I mean, we could literally go into a whole rabbit hole about Rue and Rue's life decisions, but it's like in order to be considered like a fully well-rounded drag competition, you need to also include all types of drag.
But I
as
also
well.
think that while Rue has her name on things, I don't honestly think it's a lot of her decision anymore. I feel like she sold her
producers,
name.
yeah.
And the producers, they're story writers for every queen that's
Yep.
on there. They help like to make these stories
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I don't blame Rue for that. I blame her marketing
The
team for
production,
that.
yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So those are my three faves. Who are your favorite
Oh
queens?
my God. Okay, I think I don't know if I have top 3
Uh-huh.
because there's so many I love.
know.
But I will tell you my number one favorite, and I will tell you about positive experiences I've had with other queens.
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorites since entrance,
Yes.
Adore Delano.
Oh, I love Adore, who is
I-
now living as a trans woman, which
Yes.
is and looks so.
Oh, beautiful.
Adore's always been stunning, but like
Beautiful.
you can tell, like she's like a different level of beautiful
But
now because she's in her skin.
It's always her personality
Yes.
that I loved, and her talent, and her singing, and her acting. Like you can tell how some people go onto like reality TV and they put on a facade.
Yes.
Like Laganja, love you now, girl. You fix yourself. But it was never that for her. She
Yeah.
went in authentically as herself and was like, party, like great. And then I'll never forget, I was working at Parliament House and she was there one day and she was getting dressed for the number and she put on this like yellow outfit and she had goggles on her head and I was like, bitch, are you a minion? And she's like, fuck you. Fuck you. And I was like, That didn't answer the question.
Okay,
But-
so adore, yes.
Adore. Amazing.
Love.
Some of the nicest queens I've ever met.
Yes.
Fifi O'Hara.
Yes, I've also met Fifi O'Hara and spent time with her at an Applebee's, and she is a delightful human despite how they painted her on TV.
Yes. She
Yes.
was so like
nice.
humble and like
So
was
sweet.
about the art and everything and her
Yes.
cosplaying and like because
I went to the melting pot with her. We
Yeah?
had fun. Yeah, she's great.
Because I met her before she got seriously into the cosplaying. So
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
get to see
Oh,
that
that's
side.
right.
I
She did
saw
all that
her
cosplay. Yeah.
as a chicken, and I saw photos in my thing. Jocelyn Fox.
Yeah. Oh.
Amazing.
That was the
person.
what she used to do. Wah, wah,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Yes,
Kitty
that's what
Foxy.
it was.
Wah, wah. Oh God. The Vixen gave me
Oh, the Vixen,
enamel pins
yes.
of hers. Like she gave me, like she was lovely to me.
Oh.
I also feel like she didn't get quite a fair edit.
Yeah.
Now, being a strong and ambitious black woman, like I get it. Like how
It's
like,
painted a certain way.
they did the story, if you will, if they did the story. But I am still a huge fan.
Yeah.
Sasha Velour, amazing.
Love
She
Sasha.
gave us all kinds of merch. She was very like just
Aw.
complimentary. But Trixie Delight, like I can
Yeah.
keep going and keep going and keep going.
I love that. Yes. And we know the bad one, but we're not going to say it on the air.
The bad one?
Yes.
Are you talking about the
You told me about the one person that was
Acid
nice.
Betty was kind of a cunt.
And that's what
And
you
I
missed
feel
on
like we
Glee.
should talk about it because and I don't blame necessarily Acid Betty for the way because she was still in like her season. Like so it was still premiering while
Yes.
she came to Parliament House.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Rue always say? Get your money first, blah 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 or whatever.
Sure.
She has like a thing that she tells all the girls all the time, like
Frack it
make
out.
sure you get paid. Well, drill for but she always tells people like make sure you get your money, like blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And then Acid Betty had a writer that as most girls do, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that
they're
makes
usually
sense.
not heavy.
Yeah.
But she refused to go on stage until she got a bottle of vodka, absolute vodka, on her station. And Darcel was like, bitch, this is the Parliament House. Like, why do we have to worry about this right now? And then it just put a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
But I will say, do you remember the episode where she, Acid Betty, had to make over her sister?
Yes.
She was delightful. I loved the sister. She was so great.
Oh, did her sister come with her?
Yes, she was like her assistant. Yeah. And so it was kind of nice to see, like, oh. But yeah, I
Yes.
was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth.
I feel you. Speaking of assistants, Ginger, I had the privilege of going with her to Roscoe's for a viewing party, and I was like her assistant for the night in Chicago. We had so much fun, and I got to meet Monet Exchange,
Yes.
Trinity the Tuck, and
Who used
Asia
to live
O'Hara.
less than a
Literally.
mile away.
Yes. So I got to meet the three of them when I was helping.
Wait, what was the
Ginger.
third one? O'Hara?
Asia O'Hara. Yes.
Asia.
Which, if any of you ever talk shit about her at the Butterflies, I will fight you because she is so
Butterfly in the
wonderful.
sky.
But we had such a great time. Everybody was so chill and so nice. And I got to meet Patty, who is
Oh, yeah, I met
Monet
Patty.
Exchange. Yes,
Yep.
Patty is wonderful. I met Trinity at the time, was dating that boy. I can't remember his name.
Yep.
But like me, Patty, and Trinity's boyfriend, we all watched while they were doing the viewing party, and it was just such great energy. And like, as a straight cisgender woman, a lot of times when I go into drag spaces, I'm very kind of like, I'm gonna sit back until, it's like double Dutch. I'm like, I'm not just gonna come
you're
in like
not
a
gonna be
wrecking
a
ball.
basic white bitch being like,
Yeah.
it's
Oh my
about
God.
me.
Yes.
It's
No.
my special day.
No, so I just kind of was like, all right, let me feel this out. I'm here to help Ginger. And everybody was so cool. And Roscoe's was great. They gave me it's funny that you're talking about the Absolute, because someone came from Roscoe's who worked there, and they're like, oh, babe, do you want a drink? And I was like, no, I'll go downstairs, get it myself. Like, I'm not on the bill. And they were like, what do you want to drink? And I was like, oh, whatever sparkling wine you have.
A bottle of champagne.
That's what they brought me. They brought me a whole bottle. And all I wanted was, first of all, I did not expect for any alcohol to come to me for free. I was like, I will go downstairs and I will pay full price because I am a guest of Ginger, essentially. But they were like, nope, what do you want? and I asked for a glass, and they came back with like a bottle and ice, and I was like, God damn.
That's kind of how I feel about Eustis when we do the gigs out in Eustis.
Oh my God.
I
Get
feel
treated
like a
royalty.
celebrity.
I know. It's
like
lovely.
they constantly get mad at me for not putting out a tip bucket for myself, and
You
I'm like,
should.
I am not a real DJ. Like I am a showrunner, is what I would call myself,
Yeah,
like a
but
host
still.
and a showrunner.
Yeah.
Like I introduce the queens, bring them on. It's all about them. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like it should be all about the queens.
Yeah, I feel
I
you.
just sit there and I bounce around and I dance and I make jokes and I make straight guys feel uncomfortable.
So those are good favorite queens. So now, do we want to talk about celeb judges? Like, do you have one, or do you want to skip
I
to our
have
favorite challenge?
One judge that really, and I didn't hate this person. I didn't like this person. I respected this person for their art and whatnot. But when I saw them on Drag Race, I was like, oh, bitch, you're like the realest. And it's going to be Nicki Minaj.
Oh, yes, she was great.
When
she
came out, she helped dissect those
great.
lyrics. She talked to these queens like real people.
I'm that bitch.
And I was
I'm the bitch.
Yeah, and I was like, I wish every judge took the energy to give that much attention to the queens.
It's why
because it was beautiful to watch.
It's why I was so mad when Meghan Trainor was on the show, because
she was drunk.
She was drunk and she wore a onesie on RuPaul's Drag Race. Like,
see, I'm not mad at that part.
But like it depends. So like if someone like, let's say Amy Poehler, Tina Fey came on in a onesie, it would be hilarious. But Meghan Trainor already thinks she's hot shit when she's
Does
really
she?
not. Oh my God. She has a whole song called Mother about her. I am your mother. You listen to me. And it's like, baby girl. Shh.
See, this is how far removed I
All
am
her
from
songs
pop
sound
culture.
the same. They all sound like 50s, like whatever. Anyway,
Doo-wops.
yeah, I could do a whole TED talk about
Dear
Meghan Trainor.
future husband.
Celebrity judges. So I kind of have I never can settle on one. That's like the story of my life. So my two favorites were Christina Aguilera.
Oh, okay, great.
Christina Aguilera is great. How she hit the note, and she came in full high whore drag as any guest should. Meghan Trainor. She came and oh my God, stunning.
I mean,
so good.
When you compare it to that, then you absolutely.
Yes, I loved Christina. And then I also really, really, really loved, I think it was All-Star 7 was the one that Jinx won.
All
9?
winter season.
Yes, all winter season. When they had Naomi Campbell the first episode.
Oh, and they
judged
did the walks.
Yes.
And Shay was like living her best life.
I know. That whole episode, that part in particular, gives me like all the warm feelings, because Naomi Campbell is notoriously known as like a very icy person.
Oh.
And so
I
she
did
threw
not know
her
that.
cell phone at her assistant. That was like a whole thing.
Is that through the window? Is that the...
Yeah, she threw her cell phone at her assistant. She got charged with assault, and then she had to do community service, and she came to her community service in like full, like,
she said,
hair,
half
makeup.
cheese. I don't want full cheese. I
Ooh.
want half cheese.
Yep,
Throw
and
the
threw-
phone. What was it, a Nokia? What could break that window?
I don't know, but she has that reputation, and so seeing her talking to the girls and like be genuinely like into their
But
walks.
was it genuine? I wonder
no,
if
the
she was just
energy-
trying to like...
No, because I've seen her on stuff after the cell phone throw, and you can tell when she doesn't want to be somewhere, and you could tell she fully wanted to be in that moment, because she had that show. It was some reality show with models, and you could just tell she was annoyed. And with this, I rewatched it very recently, and she was like really warm, especially with Shea Coulee, because Shea was like losing her mind.
Oh, but yeah, she was like the ultra fan.
Yes, but she was just so kind, and like that was a huge get for Drag Race to get Naomi fucking Campbell. So I loved
The Naomi Campbell.
Yes.
Walk.
So I loved Christina and Naomi. And honorable mention to Casey Musgraves, because that's my girl, and she came in a full denim outfit, and it was Meghan Trainor's the worst. Anyway.
So that wasn't the who do you hate the most, but
I know, right? Okay, so this is kind of a lofty question, but mine popped out immediately. What has been your favorite challenge? And if you can't nail like the actual favorite, what has been like one of your favorites, or like two or
like
three
favorite
favorites?
challenge
Yeah.
type, or
Yeah, and we're-
favorite actual
challenge? And we're gonna leave Snatch Game to the side, because we're gonna get into that in a little bit.
So I can't say Snatch Game.
Yeah. Do you want me to go while you think?
Fuck. Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So my favorite challenge probably of all time, and I watch it all the time because it makes me cackle, is again the All Stars All Winter Season, Fairy Tale Justice.
Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God. Oh, one of my ears fell off. You have to talk louder. I can only.
And what she said, this is crazy. And oh my gosh, why am I blanking on her name? The Vivian as Goldilocks slash.
Hi, yes, Hans here. Oh,
is-
yes, I love strudels.
It is such a flawless skit. And at one point, the part that always takes me out is whoever that really beautiful,
Bruno.
the pit crew guy, the one
Yeah,
who's like
that's the
mixed.
bunny.
Yes,
Yeah, Bruno.
When he accidentally at one point drops the prop he's holding, and it makes the loudest noise, and you can see everyone break, and he just like kind of picked it up and was like, "Sorry, it was heavy."
And then she made a quick about it, like
Yes.
I think
It was just all so perfect. There was I think there were like there's maybe like one weak link who I can't remember, but just consistent.
no, it was Raja.
But Raja even got
Raja
her
was
funny
good at
moments.
everything. She just wasn't as strong as everybody
Yes.
else when it came to like acting
Yes.
and improv.
Yeah.
Like, she is the queen of queens by all means. This is not a dig.
No.
But when it came to certain challenges, and in this particular challenge, she held her own, honestly.
She did, yes.
She did hold her own. But that's where she kind of falters a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that she just doesn't have that background.
That is true, yeah. But that challenge, the first time I saw it, I was going somewhere and I was on a plane, so I downloaded it, and my seatmate literally kept staring because I was cackling so hard watching it. So Fairy Tale Justice to me is probably my favorite challenge out of, I mean, there's probably other ones too, but like I really enjoyed that one, Fairy Tale Justice. What about you?
I mean, again, Snatch Game is my favorite
Yes.
for everything. But I guess one of my favorite challenges is going to have to be, was it All Stars 2 with Roxy and Detox? D to the E to the T to the O to the drop.
Reggie wrote you.
X. Reggie
So
wrote
good.
you with, yes, I think
So
that
good.
honestly was a beautifully written, like
Yes.
just everything. I'm very excited to see Roxy back on the next All
I
Stars.
know.
I think it's weird that they're doing it for charity, but I think that it's going to allow people to like take more chances and not worry as
And not, I was
much.
gonna say, not have as much pressure.
Because bitch, okay. Stop.
Yes.
Miss Glamorous
yeah.
just happened.
Yes.
Sassy
Sassy,
Divine won. Did you see her gown?
Yes.
Did you see how she had it like a shrug and then jumped it off?
Yes.
Boom. Roxy fucking made that shit. And it was perfection.
I
Like,
saw Sassy at Miss Comedy Queen, and I was like, "You bad bitch! I love her so much, Sassy. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yes.
beautiful."
We were also former Footlight players together.
Hey. Okay, and there was another challenge. Oh my gosh, there's
so many that
I
I'm like, I
know.
love so much.
also I loved the girl group challenge on UK season 2, Bing Bang Bong.
Bing bang bong. Sing,
I just
sing,
love.
song,
I
ding,
would
dang,
say
dong.
probably UK season 2 is one of my all-time favorite Drag Race seasons. I always find myself going back to that season because it's just so, like, between Tace and Ahura and Bimini and Lauren, like, all of these girls were just like so funny to me. So I do find myself a lot of times, if I'm like, I don't know what else to watch, I'll put on UK season 2.
What are your thoughts on split premieres?
I don't like it.
I like it because you get more attention with every queen.
That
and
is
again,
true.
that's just where I got to really love Adore Delano.
Yeah.
And I feel like having it split in half gives you more like screen time for each person as opposed to those people
That is
who
true, but then I forget.
get iced out.
I'll be like, oh, that's right, they were on the first episode. So I always have to kind of like
Usually
go
by
back.
the third episode, they're together.
That is true. Yeah. So, okay. So that was challenge. And then kind of tying into challenges.
I like how quickly you're like, okay, that was that.
Wait.
Like, come on,
because
segue.
otherwise, if not, then
We'll
we
just
will
keep
talk.
going.
Correct.
We'll just keep going.
Um,
It's already been 40 minutes.
do you hear that laugh? Now that I turned 40, I inherited like the old black man laugh where I don't
No.
fully laugh. I go,
No, this is your laugh. Like, that's your laugh. You
I
like
can't help it.
vomit laughter.
I do, and I hate it.
And I apologize for everybody at home.
So I sound like a
I will
witch.
try to remember to turn that down, maybe.
Never. What is? Wait, wait? Okay, no. Should we talk about musicals, or do we want to talk about Snatch Game?
We can talk about both.
Yeah, let's do both. What's your favorite musical of all time? For those who don't watch Drag Race, again, that's like 1% of you. Rusical every season since season, I think 5 or 6, they do a musical episode of Drag Race, and sometimes it's brilliant, other times it is an absolute
Basura.
train off the
Right.
rails wreck. So what would you say is your favorite
Oh
musical?
my God. Okay. So I always appreciate the musicals that they have to do live.
Oh my God, live
More than the
vocals.
ones that they record their vocals for. So I might misspeak. I'm not sure. Canada was a bust recently.
Ooh, Canada. Yeah,
It was
the last couple
rough.
seasons of Canada have not been it for
It
me.
was rough. The Cher one was a little rough.
Yeah.
The Madonna one was really good. I like the world.
Oh,
And
Jan
Jan
thought she was
was
gonna
like,
win.
correct. They're like, Gigi good, here the winner. And Jan's like,
Oh my God, that look was. Oh my God, it's.
I love that Rosé wore that on a gown, like
I know.
a smock, a robe or whatnot. When she was on it,
Well,
like
Jan
that same
made
face.
those.
Well, I know, but I
Yeah.
just thought it was perfect that she was like, "Let me get my sister up on here." I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect.
I'm trying to think. My favorite musical is probably, again, going back to UK. I think it was this most recent season of UK. They did the pantomime. And it is, okay, so let me explain why it's my favorite. So I am an Anglophile. I love all things UK. Like if I could, I would move to the UK because
We might
they listen
with Bonk.
Listen, yes, hi Bonk. I like the UK just fucking nails it with music and pop culture.
Because they always sing live. Like
Yes.
they are on top of it. They're not lip syncers. They are live performers for the most part.
It's like, okay, fine. I'm going to bring up Taylor Swift again. Whatever. But like, I feel like America made Taylor Swift famous because Americans love mediocrity. And this doesn't even go.
Okay.
Okay. No, but it's not even her. It's a lot of other singers like Selena
She's
Gomez.
gonna get us canceled.
No, Selena Gomez
Is not doing anything.
No, she's
doing
I don't
murders
know.
in the building.
Yes, but like a lot of these like breathy singers, it's very.
Britney Spears started the breathy moment.
Yes, but Britney at least could like riff. She could riff
When she was allowed to.
Listen, and so America's obsessed with mediocrity because mediocrity is safe. That's why American Idol.
I don't think it's mediocrity. I think
I
it's just
do.
a different standard.
No, it's safe.
Heather.
America loves safe. Look at American Idol or The Voice. Every time American Idol, it's always a Caucasian man with a guitar because that is safer than like the gay black man.
Because
or
we trusted
this.
Mandisa one time, and then she became out anti-gay and everything because she was a
You know,
super
she just
Jesus
died,
person.
right?
No! Did she really? And that's what you missed on Glee. Karma? I don't like. What did she die of?
They don't know yet, but I thought you were saying that on purpose because
No, you think I follow her? She was a hater. Haters be hating.
well, it was nice hosting this podcast with you.
We made it to episode 3.
What were we? I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were talking about musicals and anyway, pantomime. So my dream. We were talking about UK and how I'm an Anglophile. Anyway, it is my dream in life. Shirley, if you're listening right now, my friend Shirley lives in the UK and I love her so much. And she always gives me like UK hot goss about like the royal family. I love her so much. I really want to get like day drunk in England. Like I want to get like that nice warm red wine drunk and go see a panto show at Christmas. So like the panto shows are very like the audience participates and it's these grand costumes and it's a lot of men in drag.
And a lot of puppets.
Marionettes too. I've never seen a marionette in a panto that I've watched on YouTube. But anyway, that's my dream in life. I want to go watch a panto. If I ever win the lotto, that's what I'm doing.
We'll just go visit Bonk.
Right?
We can make it happen.
But they did the panto last season and I loved it.
I thought it was so bad.
I loved it. It's because that's.
I don't think it was explained enough for
I
like
was
the
gonna
average
say,
audience.
I was gonna
feel
say.
like it is such a niche thing that they were like, yes, this is panto, but
It's
for everybody
very-
at home, it's like,
It's very UK. It's a very
what
UK
does
thing.
this mean?
Yeah. So like I got it and I appreciate it. And I think like if you know, like that's how pantos are. It's like going to see like Nickelodeon Live where they're like, all right, where's the bad guy? He's behind you. Oh no, let me look. It's very like
Oh
over
my God,
the top.
it's my day job.
Yes. So yeah, I really love the panto. I know I'm probably in the minority here, but yeah. Shirley, please let me live with you. Especially after this upcoming election.
Maybe. Speaking of which, who has been your favorite Snatch Game character?
Oh God. So speaking of Anglophile, I really loved Bimini as Katie Price because I've been obsessed with Katie Price since like 2006.
The nipples of the eyes.
And it was perfect because that's how Katie Price is. Katie Price, for those who don't know, is kind of like the Kim Kardashian of the UK minus. I don't think she has as much money as. I don't think anyone has as much money as Kim, but she's kind of like that person where you're like, what did she get famous for? And she was in. I forgot what the magazines are called, but
Teen Beat.
No, it was like
Tiger Beat.
Adult, like the Daily Mail or something. They'd be like the hot girl of the week, and she would be like the magazine girl. She had a reality show. She was married to this famous guy, Pete Andre, who was like a singer. And if you ever want to see or hear a really bad cover of a Disney song, they recorded A Whole New World.
Oh no, you played that for me.
Oh, did I? It was
you
awful.
did.
It's so bad. Yes, but I loved Bimini as Pricey, as they call it in the UK, Pricey. I really loved Simona's Harriet Tubman.
Brilliant choice. Brilliant choice.
And again, I have to be biased. I fucking loved Ginger.
My House
as Adele. It was brilliant. It was just perfect. It was not stealing the focus of like just the comedic timing. Because that's the thing with Snatch Game. It's your comedic timing. You don't want to necessarily step on anyone's foot, but like you kind of listen for what other people say. And I've been using double dutch a lot, but that's how it is. It's kind of like, it was just perfect. She didn't step on anybody.
I mean, she knows how to play the
improv.
game. She knows how to like work a stage. Like,
Yeah.
she knows not to take away from anybody else.
Yeah. So those are my favorite.
I'm going to raise you.
Okay.
Trinity the Tuck is the devil.
Yes.
Jinx Monsoon as
Judy Garland. That's like untouchable. Like
is this my camera? Dave, you did not kill me.
Have you seen Judy with Renee Zellweger?
I have not.
I just watched it the other day. It's on Prime. I mean, oh my God, the Peacock. It was enjoyable. It felt a little rushed.
It doesn't feel like it's a win for me.
Renee Zellweger was fantastic, but I also the male lead who played her husband Mickey is, oh my God, what is his name? Finn Wittrock from American Horror Story.
Sure.
I cannot see anything with him, but did you ever watch American Horror Story Freak Show?
Yeah.
He was Dandy, the son. The crazy son.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I can't unsee
I don't
Dandy.
know pop culture, so you have to tell me where somebody was.
I'm like, I don't like him because he killed Patti LaBelle. Like he was.
That was just rude.
That's so rude. Patti LaBelle was on American Horror Story, but I digress. What's been your favorite Snatch Game?
Oh God,
wait, you just said it. You said Judy
I said
Garland,
a couple.
Yes.
I want to say that there was another one I was gonna bring up that I was like,
they also need to really retire Liza Minnelli. Like we get it. Like,
I mean, the people who've done it successfully has done it very well.
Oh, I knew what I forgot. I was like, there was one I forgot. Jimbo, a Shirley Temple.
Oh my God! Oh, watch me dance for you.
It was just so dumb, and I'm like, again, I think we talked about this on this last season of UK versus the World. One of the Down Under queens did Shirley Temple, and it was almost the same thing. And I know if that were me, I would be pissed. It was almost like the same.
But it's hard to know that, like, because basically they were filming at the same time.
I was gonna say that's the only way I could see. They must have either filmed at the same time or done like something, because I would imagine that Michelle or Rue would have been like, this is literally the same as Jimbo's. You need to come up with something different. So that theory does make sense.
Eureka O'Hara as
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
Yes, that was good.
Brilliant. I just drew some pictures. Like, I mean, there's people like who think outside of the box that really just bring it home for me.
Kennedy as Lil Richard.
Woo!
Shut up.
I mean, like, there's so many good ones.
I know, yes. Ugh.
Like, I would like to see an all-winner Snatch Game season.
Has anyone ever done Hulk Hogan? I don't think so.
Brother.
Oh,
No.
I would be. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, if you were in Snatch Game, who would you be?
Oh, I would be Big Mouth Billy Bass with the fish that's on the plaque and go, meow, 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 meow. No, I just recently determined that that's who I would be. I saw a TikTok of this girl who painted herself to be like the fish on the plaque, and I was like, oh, that's my Snatch Game character.
A little red button you press. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would like, why did you always put me over here when I can't look to my right at all? I don't even know who is over there. Oh my God. Why? Could somebody please turn me? I don't even know who is to my right.
So I have two that I would do because I am a terrible impersonator of celebrities. Like there's literally no one I can imitate.
I saw you do E.T. and it was pretty spot on.
Listen, that was when I didn't have makeup on. I would either do Santa Claus.
Why?
I would just make it funny. I would be Santa Claus, or the one that I really lean towards, but I feel like people would get upset is the coronavirus. And what I would do is just like
Coronavirus.
I would be like purple with like the little spokes, like the little virus, and I would hide for a little bit, and then I would pop up behind somebody, be like, "Gotcha."
Oh my
Oh,
God.
you're not wearing a mask? Let me just get into your personal space then.
So that wouldn't translate well.
I know. Oh, yeah, but I would be coronavirus. Okay, yeah.
It would be pretty amazing though.
Santa Claus, Black Santa.
I mean, Black Santa. Is
Oh,
more
Black
relevant
Santa
now.
would be funny because Santa Claus isn't a copyrighted name, is it?
I don't think so.
Santa Claus?
Does
Who owns the
Coca-Cola
copyright?
own it? Like, just
Coca-Cola-
Jesus own it?
Mace-
I don't know.
Macy's owns it. That's a good question.
Jesus owns the bunny and the old man with the beard. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
All right. So, speaking of, actually, there's really no effective segue into this. Oh, that was
You're doing wonderful, sweetie. You're doing wonderful.
Did you hear that giant hiccup?
I did.
Who do you think was robbed on Drag Race?
Ginger.
Oh, well, duh, yes, of course. Ginger. Oh my God, All Stars season. The second time she was on All Stars.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Highly
even her
relevant.
first season, I was like,
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
Violent Chachki.
Eh. And honestly, on this past season, I love me some Nymphia win, but I thought Saphira had it in the bag.
Okay, so here's the thing about this final season,
Yes.
right? Okay, so I agree. Up until the final episode, Nymphia was not going to win.
Yeah.
But the way that she turned out on that final episode,
Yes.
there was no denying.
Yes, that is true. But at the same time, I mean, I guess that works because in the Olympics, like you can come in like second or third at the qualifier, but then at the actual Olympic race, you get first, you get the gold medal.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense. But also
It's like
like
just holding in your cards until it's time to show them.
Yeah.
Because she's also never had to lip sync for her life
That
before,
is
so
very-
nobody had to
that is very
know
true.
what to compare it to.
But I think almost like Saphira got an unfair edit because when she came out in that gown, I think literally everybody, including myself, I was like, oh, this bitch just won. Like when she came out after they introduced all the other queens that had been on the season, she came out like titties were glistening, the hair, the colors. I was like, oh.
I thought it was
she's about
good,
to
but I
win.
didn't think it was any better or worse than Nymphia's.
Well, I mean, her banana thing, you know, not that it's tired because it's you know,
tired.
I was kind of hoping she'd go for like elevated banana, and it was. I mean, like, yeah, no, I take it back.
Freeze dried organic
Yeah.
banana.
But I feel like Saphira, but I'm glad I fully thought Plasma was gonna get congeniality. But,
I thought so too.
But apparently, oh my God! And who was it? A mandatory meetings face.
Did she get it?
No, she did it, but
No, who
I think
got
she
it?
thought she was gonna get it. It was Saphira and Zanami.
Oh, Saphira got it. Yeah,
it was a
duh.
tie for Miss
Like,
Congeniality.
well, that's just weird that like a top 3 person would get it.
Yeah,
like, that's how
what
I knew
thought
she
too.
wasn't gonna win. I was like, oh, that, just
makes
seems
sense.
weird.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're not gonna win the show, but here's Miss. Yeah, because there's never been a tie for Miss Congeniality.
No.
And I think they said the girls
Fan
voted on
favorite.
it.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Like it's all the cast.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I thought it was like a nationwide poll, like
No.
voting. That's
That was
part of the ballot.
that stopped with fan favorite with
Joe Biden, Donald Trump.
with what's her
Saphira.
face? I'd like to keep it on, please. Valentina.
Oh God, you don't love me.
You actually don't love me.
You don't love. I use that gif all the time. You don't love me. So, that was a lot for RuPaul's Drag Race. But I mean,
It was a
under an
lot,
hour.
but barely anything.
It was, 'cause there's
it
so
goes
many
on for
layers.
Days on days on days on days on days.
We literally could do an entire like just series. Not
I
that
would
we're
love
going
to flip through my phone, excuse me, and go through all the queens that I've met and give like opinions because it has been
Oh.
all like I have worked with Brooklyn Heights before she was on the Drag Race. I've worked with
Yes.
Alexis Michelle. We went to Texas to work, or not Alexis Michelle, Alexis
Mateo.
Mateo.
1 and 2 and 7 and
And
8.
we 1, 2, 7, 8. Yes, in Texas. I Alexis Michelle. I had a buddy of mine that was obsessed with her, and like I have a video on my phone
Come
where
on,
he was like,
Poppy.
basically like, "Oh hey, you want to meet me at my room?" Like try to totally set them up, but then she went to the Wawa instead.
No,
so.
I mean I'd go to the Wawa too.
I mean, I
love
don't know if you're
Wawa.
gonna bottom. You don't have that problem.
On that note,
So
Well,
what's
that was
next?
Drag Race.
What's next?
What's next? So I'm really excited for next week because I feel like we're gonna get into a good deep dive with this. We are discussing TV show theme songs.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
The second CD I ever bought
I love this story.
was TV theme songs.
And I also had one. I had a double CD set I got from, I'm trying to remember, it was Columbia House, and then there was another one that was like, essentially the Columbia House was like Publix, and then there was another one. I have to get my phone because it's going to bother me. There was another one that was like the Winn-Dixie of ordering CDs. It was, hold on. It was Columbia House. No. What was the other CD distribution company besides Columbia House? It was another one. BMG.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
BMG.
BMG Music. Yes. So that's where I got my TV theme songs from.
So mine, like, just to put in perspective, like, my TV theme songs came to shows like Dobie Gillis.
That's what mine was. It was
Dobie, Dobie, like you Green Acres, things like that. So, and I think I still have it.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna try to find it.
Try to bust
for
it out. I don't
next
even
week.
know where mine is. And mine had shows from the UK as well, like Sons and Daughters, Love and Laughter.
Oh,
Shirley,
I don't know that one at
Shirley,
all.
come through with me with that one. But yes, we're going to talk about TV show theme songs. And if there are any that are your favorites, we are happy to interpret those.
Yes, we will sing them live
Yes.
for you.
Find us on social media. We're at Heather and Steven Get Into, one word. And find us on Instagram. That's also our Instagram, and on our Instagram.
And on YouTube.
Yes.
Same thing.
Click
you
the
can
link in the
actually
bio.
watch us
Yes.
live. Well, not live.
Not
but,
live.
like
Lots of editing.
not even lots
You're
of
going
editing.
to make me look like a toothpick instead of a watermelon.
I don't have that skill set.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube and share the video, please, because we would like to make money off of this.
Yes, and
some point.
somebody from the wrestling something on YouTube gave us a compliment. So.
Alex. Oh my gosh, it's Wrestling and Coffee is his TikTok. Yes,
Yes.
follow Wrestling and Coffee. Alex is great. He's one of my wrestling friends. So
Yes.
wrestling friends. That's gonna be a whole other episode. Wrestling. I cannot wait.
Oh my
We
God.
should do it after SmackDown is coming in August here in Orlando, so we should do it after that. But you've been to wrestling before. It's not like
Oh
your
my
first
God,
time.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
you've
it's
been
not.
before.
Definitely not my
No.
first time.
What is
Hello.
this? A McDonald's?
What? For the people at home, we went
so
to my
good.
first wrestling event. It was
Yes,
a
SmackDown.
Raw SmackDown. We pre-gamed
Ooh, we pre-gamed.
by having noms, edibles, and drinks
Lord.
and things. So shit's going down.
Yeah.
And I'm so confused because I had been out of the wrestling game since I was like 13.
Yeah.
And at one point, I just out of nowhere, it's just quiet, and it goes, "What?" And they're like fighting on the stage. I'm like, "What is this? A
And we
McDonald's?"
fell out. And it was one of those laughs that
But I was
no
being
one laughs
authentic.
at first, and then everybody laughs, and then it gets quiet, and everybody laughs again, and then you just fall out laughing. It was just the timing was just. That's what you aspire, right? When you're trying to make people laugh, is to find that sweet spot where you could say something, and we literally could not stop laughing. What
And
is
it
this, a McDonald's?
Is held against me to this day.
Yes.
So
But that was fun. RuPaul's Drag Race.
start your engine.
Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you. Stephen, would you like to bid adieu to our friends?
I do.
Adieu. Oh, you like I do. I do.
I said adieu.
Oh, yeah, adieu.
I think it might have been slightly
Yes.
French. I'm not sure.
So follow us. YouTube, Instagram, podcast.
Wow.
Spotify, Apple
Everything is
Music.
going great.
Yes.
Everything's going great.
Yes. Cue the music. And then put a picture of Jinx's Judy Garland right here.
Exit.
Bye.
Is this my camera? Is this?
Yeah.
This is actually leftover glitter from Comedy Queen
Oh, look at that.
for when I made the Wheaties box.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Bye.
All cute.
The baby. He's just a little baby.
Okay.
Well, that